Welcome back to Wise Money, where intellect fuels income. In part 2 of our series on trading in the zone, we're diving into chapters 4, 5, and 6, where Mark Douglas peels back the layers of belief, perception, and fear. If chapters 1 to 3 taught us about responsibility and probability, then 4 to 6 show us why most traders unconsciously sabotage themselves and how to break free from it. This episode is designed to give you not just clarity, but transformation. Let's begin. Chapter 4. The Dynamics of Perception. Douglas opens with a bold truth. Each moment in the market is unique. That may seem obvious, but it has profound implications. Because your brain is wired to find patterns, it constantly searches for similarities between the present and the past. That's where perception becomes dangerous. You don't see the market, you see your version of it. The market gives off raw data, price, volume, momentum, but your brain doesn't absorb raw data. It filters that data through your past experiences, your beliefs about what works, your emotional biases. So what you're reacting to isn't the actual market, but your interpretation of it. Example: confirmation bias in real time. Let's say you're bullish. You just read some good news. You've seen an uptrend. Now you spot a hammer candlestick. You feel confident. You think this is the bottom, time to enter. But moments later, the price crashes. What happened? Your mind highlighted the signal that fit your belief and ignored everything else, like low volume or overhead resistance. That's not a market mistake, that's a perception trap. Douglas explains, until you realize how beliefs shape perception, you'll keep misreading the market and blaming it. What's a belief? A belief isn't just a thought, it's a psychological structure, a lens you use to evaluate risk, reward, and meaning. Douglas notes, beliefs are stored in memory with emotional weight. They are triggered subconsciously. They can distort what you see, and here's the catch. You don't know they're operating, because they feel like facts. Chapter 5. The Role of Beliefs. This is one of the most important chapters in the entire book, and often overlooked. Douglas explores how beliefs are formed, why they're hard to change, and how they silently control your trading actions. How beliefs are formed. He explains a basic but powerful 4-step loop: experience, emotion, interpretation, belief creation. Every time something happens, a winning trade, a painful loss, your brain forms emotional connections. Those connections become beliefs. Example, you short the top of a rally. You make $1,000 fast. Your brain links tops equals easy money. Now, even if the setup is weak, you'll feel like shorting the next time, because your emotional memory is louder than logic. Why beliefs are hard to change? Because they feel true. Douglas says, once a belief is formed, we no longer question its validity. And unlike ideas, beliefs are tied to identity and safety. So even if a belief is limiting, like I'm bad at exits or markets are rigged, it stays embedded until it's consciously examined and reprogrammed. Types of trading beliefs that hurt you. Here are a few dysfunctional beliefs traders often carry. If I lose, I'm a failure. Good trades always win quickly. I need to be right to feel confident. The market is against me. Each of these fuels fear, hesitation, or over-trading. Douglas teaches that the path to consistency is to replace emotional beliefs with neutral, statistical ones, like anything can happen. Losses are part of my edge. My system matters more than one trade. Rewiring in practice, Douglas says beliefs can't be replaced by force, but by experience and evidence. This is why journaling is essential. Example, you write down, I exited early because I felt nervous. You then see 8 past trades with the same pattern. You realize it's not the market, it's your belief around drawdown. Awareness leads to change. Mental exercise, belief audit. Ask yourself, what beliefs do I hold about the market, about myself as a trader, about losses, risk, and control? Write them, then rate them. Are they based on logic or emotion? Do they support consistency or instability? This simple audit can reveal years of psychological baggage in a single afternoon. Chapter 6. The Nature of Fear. Fear is not a flaw, it's a feature built for survival. But in trading, fear becomes a saboteur. Douglas explains, fear prevents you from executing your edge. You hesitate. You second-guess. You jump out too early. And worst of all, you avoid good trades because of what happened last time. But here's the truth. Fear in trading comes not from risk, but from unaccepted risk. Fear of loss is really fear of pain. Let's break it down. You're not afraid of losing money, you're afraid of what that loss means to you. I failed. I can't do this. I'll never make it. These meanings are beliefs, and beliefs are optional. The fear loop. Here's how it works. You enter a trade. Price pulls back a little. Your brain remembers past pain. You panic, not because the setup changed, but because your mind activated a fear pattern. The market didn't hurt you, your memory did. The solution? Accept the risk fully. Douglas teaches a powerful mindset shift. When you accept risk, you no longer have to control the outcome. It sounds simple, but it's profound. Acceptance means you define your risk up front. You're willing to lose that amount. You let go of the need to know what happens next. That's not passive. That's powerful neutrality. Fear-releasing habits. To reduce fear over time, use position sizing you emotionally tolerate. Set stop losses and don't touch them. Visualize losses before trades, normalize them. Track emotions post-trade to find patterns. Take 20 identical trades and focus only on rule following. This rewires your brain to associate execution, not results, with success. Closing the Chapter 4 to 6 framework. So far, you've learned your perception is shaped by beliefs, not truth. Beliefs are emotionally rooted and must be made conscious. Fear is not a market signal. It's a reflection of your internal uncertainty. You gain power not by predicting, but by accepting risk and trusting your edge. This is the true mental edge. It's not flashy, it's not emotional, but it's the edge that separates amateurs from professionals. This concludes Part 2 of Trading in the Zone. In Part 3, we'll tackle Chapters 7 till 10, including the psychological blueprint of consistent traders, how to neutralize random outcomes, and what it takes to truly trade in the zone. Subscribe to Wise Money, where we transform insight into income. The markets won't wait, but wisdom always pays dividends.